What if I told you you could earn crypto with those old unused smartphones sitting around? Let me show you how. What's going on, crypto miners, and welcome back to the channel. Do you have any old smartphones sitting around, maybe with a broken or shattered screen like this one? Well, guess what? In today's video, I'm going to show you how to take these old smartphones and put them to work earning Acurast. All right, we have a lot to go over in a short amount of time, so let's jump into it. Acurast is a massive compute platform utilizing and leveraging smartphones. When we jump over to their platform, Acurast.com, and scroll down, it's insane. If you start to think about the fact of like how many smartphones are out there, think of it, almost most of the people that you know, friends and family, have a smartphone. Now, how many of them have old smartphones, broken smartphones, smartphones that they've grown out of and gotten new models of? Well, crazy thing is you can put them to work. And I love this kind of comparison here. It shows a PowerEdge R350 costs $2,900, or you can go ahead and get a cheap phone that is either on the retail market or one that you pull out of your drawer and you can put it to work on their platform earning cryptocurrency. Now, moving on from there, it's like, okay, great. So we got all these cell phones on a compute platform. It's a massive network worldwide. Who's using this? What are we doing with this? Well, think of developers out there that need this for, different apps that they're developing or other items out there. You need just a quick, easily accessible solution to a high demand. Traditionally, compute is expensive. Well, that's in like the Web 2 world. Now that we're in Web 3 and we're looking at decentralization, that's not the case with Acurast. Actually, something to look at, LLM, these language learning models that are out there, you can run it right on this entire network with Acurast, which just like blows my mind at this point. If you're like, all right, this is a small project, there's not a lot of people doing this. They just went ahead and announced just a few weeks ago, they have 50,000 smartphones on their network. Smartphones, the device that you hold in your hand, that you do a bazillion things on every single day, that has high horsepower behind it. Yeah, they have 50,000 of those on their network, which is nuts. So let's jump on here and kind of look at it. You can see right now they have 52,000 actually. So look at that in that short amount of time. Deployment 8,950, which is great. Glad to see this is being utilized. And 203 million transactions on their network alone. And it's in testnet. And we're going to talk more about that here coming up in just a few minutes. So as we scroll down here, you can kind of get an idea if you're looking, maybe you're on the flip side of this and you're looking to deploy on their network. You can get a better idea of that. All right, well, how much can I earn, with my device? So let's take a look here. So we're over on Acurast.com/processors. That's what they call kind of these devices. We, from the traditional crypto mining space, we call them miners, right? But they're calling them processors. That's okay. That's great. So if we scroll down here and we take a closer look at the reward structure, you can see earn up to 250 of their CACU token each month in bootstrapping rewards. And it talks about that more and more details here. When you're something is deployed on the network, you're going to earn a little bit more. You can see developers that deploy to the Acurast cloud provide a reward for the compute power used. So you as a processor get to go ahead and benefit from that. So moving on from there, as I talked about, the project is currently in testnet and you're earning this CACU token. And it's going to be translated over and migrated over to MainNet very soon. And you're like, all right, well, we talking months, we talking a year, what are we talking here? We're actually talking this quarter. So they have laid out April of 2025, which is this month. But, could get, I'm going to say quarter two of 2025. So based off of when you're watching this, it could definitely vary. One of your first questions is going to be, hey, what phone can I use? Can I use, like, look, this old cracked one here. And I got a bunch in my drawer, let me see which ones are available. So they actually have a massive Google document of all the different phones out there. You ready for this? check this out. And I'll link this down below. It lists all the different phones out there from all your major brands, you know, your Google, your Samsung. I'm mostly a Samsung guy. Motorola that's out there, Kyocera, you know, there's a whole massive list out there of all the different ones. And I'm going to be showing off Android today, Samsung devices out there, Zebra. There's all different devices out there. So if you're curious on anything on, oh, what devices are kind of compatible with this project, go over and check out the list directly down below as we learn more. Let's talk about the processors. Let's talk about the different ways that you can utilize your phone. There's two ways. And the second way is actually the more profitable method, but the first way is still a great way to go about doing it. So two ways. First way is Acurast Lite. That is an app that you run on your phone that you use every single day. And when you're not using it, you're sitting out at work, you're not using it, you know, you're not on it, should we say. You can launch the app and you can do it that way. Simple and easy. When you're in bed, you're sleeping, you can launch it that way. Great, fine. That is the Lite method that you can go ahead and download on the Google Play or the Apple App Store as well. This does run on Apple. If you didn't see it in that list, it does run on Apple, which is great for Acurast Lite. Now, the second way, Acurast Core, is really meant for these kind of broken phones out there that you pretty much are doing nothing with. Like, I just pulled this one out of a drawer and powered it on. And that is where you want to fully invest in Acurast. Pretty much, you factory wipe it, and then you actually scan a QR code, and it takes over everything on that phone. And it literally just utilizes Acurast. It gets to use the phone in all of its entirety versus just an app. So based off of your situation, you could go one way or another. I imagine some of you guys have a number of phones sitting around and you'll be going with the Core avenue versus for your everyday phone, you might just select to use the Lite one, you know, when you're not using it. They have a really good document section over on their website, Acurast.com. And under the wallet section here, they have MetaMask, Talisman, and Subwallet. I'm going to recommend using MetaMask. A lot of the things on their site integrate with it. It just makes it really, really easy. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to install the MetaMask Chrome extension. Those of you guys coming over from traditional crypto mining, you're very familiar with MetaMask. Nothing new, nothing different. So go ahead and get that installed. All right, so next step is we're going to go ahead and have to get access to the Cloud Rebellion, they call it. And to do this, once you go ahead and go over to rebellion.acurast.com, put in the code that you guys do see over on the screen. Once that's completed, click Join the Cloud Rebellion. You're most likely going to get a prompt to connect your MetaMask. Go ahead and click Continue. This will then go ahead and load up your personal console or dashboard. All right, so first thing we're going to want to do is we need to fund our account. To add devices to your account, you do need to have a little bit of the token because it does actually add your device via the blockchain to your account. So you are going to need a little bit of the token, but don't worry, you don't have to go out and buy anything or anything crazy. They actually have a really cool mechanic in the hub. Over here, you're going to go down to Fund Account, and in the middle of the screen, there's an option. Just click I'm Not a Robot and hit Get Tokens. After about 3 to 5 minutes, you'll then start to see back on your hub account, you will actually have a balance. I believe it's about 4 tokens that they do go ahead and add to your account. All right, so we're next going to go through the process of taking an old cell phone, a broken screen cell phone, a phone that you just don't use anymore. We're going to get it powered up, fully charged, and then we're going to factory reset it. So I've gone ahead and already done that. If you're like, how do I factory reset my phone? Go ahead and Google it. It's like 3 steps. And once it goes ahead and power cycles, you're going to be right here. Tap the screen 5 times. And you're going to get actually a camera app that comes up to scan a QR code. You're exactly where you need to be. Over on the hub, go to devices on the left-hand side, go to add device in the upper right-hand side. It's going to authenticate your MetaMask account and then take that phone and just scan that QR code. Once that's done, it's going to ask you to connect your phone to your home wireless. Go ahead and do that. Follow the steps on your phone, like if you were setting up a new phone, and I'll see you in just a minute. All right, so it's been about 5 minutes, but our smartphone is up and earning us some Acurast. Take a look at that. Pretty slick, huh? So now my phone is fully dedicated to that. That's all it's going to do. You're not going to be able to do anything else on it at all. Now, if you're interested in wiping your phone and getting rid of this at any time, it's easy. All you have to do is go to the gear in the upper right-hand corner in the app, and there's an option to wipe data. When you select that, it's pretty much like factory resetting the phone, and it puts it back to factory settings. All right, so now we're going to go through the process of adding the Acurast app to the phone that you use all the time, your everyday cell phone that you just want to go ahead and get a little extra something out of it when you're not using it. So to do that, go over to the Google Play Store if you're on Android and the Apple Play Store if you're on an iPhone. So I have the Android Play Store up and running here, and I'm going to go ahead and search for Acurast on here, and it's going to find it, and you should see something like this on the screen, and it's going to have an install button. It's a black icon with the green Acurast logo. Go ahead and click install. Once the download is finished, go ahead and click open on your smartphone. You're going to get a prompt here with different information. Go ahead and swipe through it. Finally, you're going to make it to the console screen, and this is where you're going to go ahead and see something just like this. On the screen, go ahead and click onboard with hub. It's going to ask for access to your cell phone's camera. Go ahead and click while using the app. And now you're going to see an option to scan a QR code. Jumping back over to the hub screen on our computer, we're going to click devices on the left-hand side. And then on the right-hand side, we're going to click add device. All right, let's go ahead and scan that QR code. And it's going to prompt you to set up the work profile. This is completely normal. A work profile is something that it sets up two different profiles on your phone, your personal and your work. And so when you're in the work profile, you use the Acurast app. When you're using your phone day to day, you swap out of your work profile. So just hit up set up work profile. All right, so just after a few minutes, the bar turned from red to green, and it now says attested. And well, we're earning Acurast with our cell phone using the Lite processor method. All right, so I'm happy to report I am up and earning some Acurast crypto token with my old cell phone. This one's actually a shattered screen of an old S10. Anyways, super excited to be jumping into this project. Would love to hear more from you guys on what you're doing with your old cell phones. Are you mining? If so, what are you mining with them? Would love to hear more. Guys, jump into the Acurast project. I'll put a link directly down below with more details and instructions. Take care.